Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And with the continuation of last lecture, today I will show you that in case of public good, there is the problem of underproduction and overconsumption. Because in this case, there is the problem of free rider. So just continuing from my last lecture, in last lecture, whenever we found that if G is a public good and Y is a private good in a two commodity, two consumer framework, the two consumers, 1 and 2, we found that optimum, what was our finding? Optimum, optimum condition under, in this case, is given as MRS GY1 plus MRS GY2 equals to MRT XY. And what was the reason? The reason was that for public good, the price is not uniform for all, and the private good, the quantity consumed is not uniform for all. So we got this condition which violated the Pareto optimality condition. Now the question arises, if a public good is provided by the private sector or any private agent, will the agent provide the required amount of public good? The answer is no. Generally, it is found that private sector always ends up with the under provision of public good as well as overconsumption of public good. So just we start to take a simple example. There are two consumers, consumers 1 and consumer 2. So during the time of Diwali, both purchase sweets and fireworks. So sweet, we call it Y, and it is a pure private good because this is subject to excludability in consumption and rivalry in consumption. So if you pay for it, you will be able to consume it. But just consider the case of fireworks. So no matter who purchases the fireworks, 1 or 2, whenever it will explode in the sky, both will enjoy same benefit from it. So here what we can see, each consumer's utility function. So U1 is a function of G and Y. Similarly, U2 is a function of G and Y. So what we see here, this is a standard utility function which follows the 4 axioms of preference. That means the utility, from here we can get the standard indifference curves. So now for the sake of simplicity, we just consider here, I'll take here PG equals to EY. So price of firework and price of sweets, per unit price of firework and the per unit price of sweet, they are equal. So this is simply for the sake of simplicity, I have assumed that. Now, so what we see here, given the prices and the budget of the each consumer, there is a trade-off between the purchase of G and Y. If you want to purchase more fireworks, you have to sacrifice sweets and vice versa. So if both are private goods, then what we see, we will find that the equilibrium condition will be MRS GY 1 equals to MRS GY2 equals to 1. So as PG equals to PY, we can say here that PG by PY equals to MCG by MCY equals to 1. So MRT equals to 1. So we find here that for both consumers, MUG So one more thing I forgot to say here, in this case, whenever we take the utility functions, we consider that there is the case of identical test and preference. So both have the same utility function and same marginal rate of substitution. So here we find that, so this is the condition here if both are private goods. But what do we find? That G is the public good. So as G is the public good, what we will do? We'll simply find here that MUG1 by MUY1 plus MUG2 by MUY2 equals to 1. And as the utility functions are identical, so marginal utility of G and Y functions will also be identical. So from here we can write that MUG1 equals to MUG2 equals to MUG, and MUY1 equals to MU marginal utility of Y for 2 equals to MUY. So if it is so, we can replace this equation by these values. So ultimately what we find, that MUG or so at the equilibrium point, marginal utility from the public good will be half of the marginal utility of private good. So this is very crucial point here. So from the law of diminishing marginal utility, we know that as the utility increases, as the consumption of any commodity increases, its marginal utility will fall. So here definitely the consumption of G will be almost the double of the consumption of private good. So why does it happen? The main reason behind this is that the main reason is G is no matter whoever but provides it, both enjoy equal level of satisfaction from the public good because of non-excludability and non-rivalry. So in this case, what will happen here? What about the production? Definitely the production will be less than the required level, because whenever, just think that if I am a consumer, rational consumer, and I see that my neighbor, he is purchasing fireworks, so I will equally enjoy the benefit of his firework whenever it will explode in the sky. So why should I spend money on fireworks? So in that case, what I'll do, I'll spend more money on purchasing the sweets and less money on purchasing the fireworks. So in this case, what we see, that whenever it's left on the private sector, there is always an under provision of the public goods, because of the most important thing is that the positive externality, in which what we see, that the others benefit from it but they don't have to pay for it. So private cost plus common benefit, that means the problem of free rider, and because of the free rider, we'll find there will be less production of private good. Sorry, less production of public good by the private sector. So in this case, that's why it calls for a strong government intervention while we think of providing the public good. So this is the essence of today's lecture. Thank you for watching, and if you like it, please do share and subscribe. So we'll be back with another video very soon. Thank you.